If you are thinking of coming to study in Australia in 2024, then this video is for you. I've broken this video down into two parts. So in this video, we are going to basically cover the requirements and the eligibility criteria in regards to you coming to study in Australia. And I'm going to record another video and we'll basically look at the cost involved to give you guys an idea. So in case you are ready to come and study in Australia, the second video I'll do a cost breakdown so you guys have a general idea in regards to how much money you need to make sure you have ready before you embark on this journey. Before we do this deep dive, please know that I'm not a migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. Let's get right into it. Okay, so if you need any details in regards to your student visa, which is visa subclass 500, please come on this website, emu.homeaffairs.gov.au. I'm going to leave the link to this website in the description section below. Please go there and do a further deep dive. They have every information here that can help you. Okay, so who is eligible to apply for a student visa? So a student visa basically allows international students to come and study either full-time or part-time in a registered university or college in Australia. So you can basically choose to get into the higher education sector. So it may be your bachelor's degree, your master's degree, or your PhD. You can also choose to come and do a VET course, which is vocational education and training sector. Okay, you can also choose to come and study English, okay, which is called the ELI course. The ELI course basically stands for English Language Intensive Course for Overseas Students. So either you come and do your ELI course, you come and do a VET course, or you come and study something in regards to your bachelor's, master's, or PhD, which is called the higher education sector. You need to make sure you meet all the eligibility criteria. Once you meet all the eligibility criteria, okay, then you apply to a uni or college. I'll highly recommend you use an agent. Most of the universities and colleges in Australia will not accept applications if it's not from an agent. They basically have agents, and the agent will basically take you through all the application process. They know all the do's and don'ts, and they'll be able to recommend a suitable uni or college for you guys. In case you need an educational agent, please email me on settlingaustralia@gmail.com. I'll help you with this process. Okay, so now let's come to the course and college selection. So before you select a course, make sure you really think about this vividly, because the sort of course you choose will determine the sort of outcome. So if you have long-term goals in staying and working in Australia, then you need to choose a course that might help you in gaining your permanent residency when you finish your studies. And also, most of the colleges will also have their own selection criteria. Okay, so make sure you also meet all the selection criteria when it comes to you selecting a university or college to study in. Anyways, your educational agent will be able to guide you through this process. Now, one of the main requirements is English language requirements, so IELTS or PTE. Almost all the universities and colleges here will have an English language as the requirement. So make sure you meet this requirement. So this is the process. Your agent will help you apply to a uni or college. Before your agent helps you apply, you need to submit all your transcripts. If you have a CV, you need to send your CV to your agent. If you meet all the English requirements, you need to send to your agent. Your agent will review, and together with your agent, you guys will have to agree on a course and also a college to go and study in. Once you guys come into an agreement, your agent will submit your application to your chosen university to study the sort of course you've studied. Now, the uni or college will review your application, and if you somewhat meet the criteria, they'll send you something called a conditional offer letter. So this is basically saying, yes, we've offered you a place to come and study in our college or uni, but you need to meet all these conditions. One of the conditions is going to be your GTE, so genuine temporary entrance. So this is basically a form you find on the sort of uni or college website. You need to fill that out. Most people also refer this to as the SOP. You need to make sure you fill that out. If your course requires an IELTS score, you need to make sure you fulfill that. One of the other documents is going to be your financial document. You need to prove to the uni or college that you'll be able to pay your tuition fee. You also have adequate money to help you live in Australia comfortably. You need to also provide those sort of documentations. In your conditional offer letter too, they are going to list how much your course is going to cost you for the duration of your course, and they'll also have how much you need to pay for the admission fee and also how much you need to pay to get your COE. COE basically means confirmation of enrollment. Most universities in Australia or colleges in Australia, you need to pay at least one semester's fee for them to issue you your COE. Again, your agent is going to help you through the process, and once you get all your documents, your agent will submit all your documents to the uni, and once they accept that, you have to make payments. Okay, so once you pay that, then the uni or college will issue you something called a COE, confirmation of enrollment. You need the COE to apply for your visa. So once you get your COE, congratulations. Then we move on to the next step. The next step is basically you applying for your visa. And when it gets to applying for your visa too, you need to submit your identity documents, so your passport, your other national identification card, your COE, your financials, transcripts, and the rest. You need to submit a lot of documents to Home Affairs. So once you submit your application, then Home Affairs will send you a letter to go get your medicals done. You have to also go get your biometrics done. Once you submit these documents to Home Affairs, they'll carefully review your application, and if you check all or you meet all the criteria, you get your visa grant. Then yay, you book your flight, then you be on your way to Australia. So this is basically like the process to go through. So get your conditional offer letter, get your COE, get your visa granted, then be on your way to travel to Australia. I hope this is clear. Now, what sort of documents do you need? Okay, what sort of documents do you need? In Australia, all the colleges has been categorized in 3 levels. So they have level 1 colleges, which means these colleges meet most of the criteria when it comes to immigration. We have level 2, we have level 3. Okay. When it comes to the countries too, we have level 1 countries, level 2 countries, level 3 countries. So for example, I'm from Ghana. Ghana is categorized under level 3. But let's say if someone from Ghana is level 3 and Ghana is applying to a level 3 institute, then you need to provide a lot of documentations. So most people will be like, oh, so in Ghana we speak English. Do I still need to submit an IELTS? This will also depend on the sort of college you are applying to. So if you're applying to a level 1 college and the college says that they don't need IELTS, in most cases the college will be able to waive that off, and when it gets to your visa application too, the visa agent will know that this college is level 1, so they'll also waive that off. But let's say you are from a level 3 country and you're applying to a level 2 or level 3 college, and the college needs IELTS. Even if the college waives the IELTS, when it gets to your visa lodgement, Home Affairs may require request for your IELTS. So regardless, you need to go get your IELTS. So this is really, really important. Always highly recommend you speak to an agent. These agents have been working with this sort of colleges and universities. They know all the levels. They know all the levels in regards to the country. Okay, so they will be able to advise in regards to the sort of documentations you need to provide. You also need to show financial documents. You need to show financial documents that will show you that yes, you'll be able to pay your tuition fee. You'll also be able to live comfortably in Australia. So what sort of financial documents can you show? You need to show a bank statement. Okay, that's got a lot of money in. So when we say a lot of money, so let's say if your course is going for a year, you need to show like a whole year's money in your bank account. So if let's say your parent is sponsoring you, your parents need to show this, and you also need to prove the relationship you have with your parents, if that makes sense. So who can sponsor you? Your parents can, your grandparents can, and your siblings can. Okay, so these are all relatives that can basically sponsor you to come and study in Australia. So let's say if you don't beat the financial requirements, you can also use other assets. So basically, let's say if you have like a house in your home country, you can use the evaluation from your house as proof of financial capacity. Let's say if you got to land somewhere, you can use the evaluation from the land, okay, as proof of financial capacity. If you've got a car, you can also use the evaluation from your car to prove as financial capacity. Okay, so these are all documents that can help you prove that when you come to Australia, you'll be able to pay your tuition fees. You'll also be able to live comfortably without any hassle. This is really, really important. You need to make sure you can prove this, else your visa will be rejected. So your identity, your transcripts, your financial capacity documents, your GTE, and the rest will be your health examination. And make sure you pass your health examination. Also, you need health insurance, overseas health insurance. Okay, so let's say if you're coming to study in Australia for 2 years, you need to make sure you have overseas health insurance for 2 years to cover your studies. In case you are moving here with your family too, you need to of course provide all those sort of documentation in regards to them, okay, before you migrate here. I'll get asked this question a lot. So I'm already married, I've got kids, can I bring my family? Yes, you can, but from my advice, I'll highly recommend you come by yourself. You settle down first, and once you've settled down, a stable accommodation, you have a part-time job whilst you're studying, and you feel comfortable, then you go and invite your family. If you're coming with your family and you have no one in Australia, it can be somewhat tough. So I highly recommend you come by yourself, settle down, then your family can join you later. In case I missed anything, please comment below and I'll happily answer your questions. Watch out for the part 2. For the part 2, we'll look at all the cost breakdown so you guys have an idea. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.